since there's a lot of people who are a fan of Scarlet Witch, I figured I'd go ahead and stream her in a uniform. So we are going to pick a day that she would be used for. I guess technically I could do an open day, but I want to try to find a restricted day. Let's try, like, you know what? Let's do a B first, and then technically we probably would want to use her on a day that right now we're using for Captain Marvel, so like Universal Female Hero Day, right? I think Universal Superhero Female. So this day right here. So typically we would be using Captain Marvel. At the moment, I have Captain Marvel at level 80 because I didn't really care to build her. At the moment, it looks like for the most part, let me double check my scores. Let's see, Universal Female. Okay, so about 11.5 million roughly is what I'm scoring with my level 80 Captain Marvel. So Scarlet Witch is probably just going to use her own leadership, more than likely, and I'm probably going to double down on the support scenario with her by using Phyla-Vell and Angela with an insight. So we'll use Angela and Phyla-Vell. I assume this is going to be the best team for her with her own leadership. Looking a little bit at her skill rotation, their suggested rotation is like a 2-1-3-5-4 or 2-1-6-3-5-4. So that's what we're going to use. I don't know if she can cancel or not. This is just my first attempt messing around with it, so we'll probably do a little bit better once we actually get it down. But basically my main goal is if I can break 12 million at level 70, I think it's pretty much convincing that it's definitely going to be the new meta. So again, 2-1-3-5-4, and she can cancel with her 3, which is cool. Let that play out. I guess we'll wait for it to go again. 2-1-3-5-4. Now 6 is ready. We'll use it after 2-1. Again, this is the suggested rotation. Actually, I canceled 6 early. This is the suggested rotation by the actual, Netmarble and stuff when you go to the uniform to check out the skills. So we'll see here. So again, 2-1-6. We'll let 6 pop. There we go. 3-5-4. Probably till about time she slams onto the ground. I'm going to wait here for a minute again so I can get my stuff on cooldown so we can do the full rotation. Alright, he's a jump center. I'm just going to wait for him here. So I'm going to start out with 2-1-6 for a few seconds. 3 should get the cancel off. And then 4. Right now, with first roar being that low, I'm not massively impressed. My Scarlet Witch is not stacked. I think Scarlet Witch is a neat character. She's not one of my favorite characters, so I haven't put a lot of time, effort, or energy into her. So just bear that in mind. I don't hate the character. I think the character's a neat character. I like her a lot better in the comics than the goofy stuff they did in the MCU with her, but I know opinions on that will vary. So if you like her in the MCU, more power to you. He's about the jump center for the beast, so we'll pick up the cancel here. Start the rotation when he turns. I'm going to wait. Start my rotation. Like I said, try to keep it together based upon what they recommend. There's probably going to be better rotations that come out later. Like I said, I'm just trying their suggestions. See what sort of things that does for me initially. So it looks like I'm on par to outscore level 80 at level 70, and the rotation that is suggested seems to be pretty smooth and easy. I'm going to just wait till he jumps center because he's going to jump center here in a minute. We'll play around with other rotations here in a minute as well. I don't have my Captain Marvel stacked either, so I do think this is a reasonably even comparison, other than the fact that, again, level 80 versus 70, and that 10 levels can give quite the spike. So it looks like she's not going to outscore Captain Marvel, at least initially at level 80. I mean, obviously, when I get up to level 80, I mean, we're talking about 500 off. And tier 4s can also be game-changing for a lot of characters. Not gonna lie, mildly disappointed with that. I was hoping for at least a little bit more of a power boost, especially because of how hyped people get over Wanda. I do want to take a look really quick at her build, compare it to Captain Marvel's build. Both of them are just mediocre builds at best. Like I said, neither character I've really invested that much into. But I mean, Scarlet Witch is ranked 1,691. Not that that makes a huge difference. We do have a mythic uniform with some pretty decent uniform options here. They're not all mythic, I don't think. Oh, they are all mythic. That's kind of cool. All mythic. She is an energy attacker, which is why I've got the energy stuff going on. Here's her general stats. As you can see, we're exceeding on all the critical stuff, and her energy attack is sitting at 73,000. We do have a rage on her with a 0.9. It is not reforged. We do have our own custom artifact, which gives that additional bonus. Specifically, damage dealt to superhero and supervillains by that 10%. It would help if this was a type match and it was a higher than 3. I do have a Power of the Angry Hulk on her. All of her skills, of course, are maxed out. Everything here is at 25. I only have the one Odin's Blessing on her. Pulled them off a while back because I just didn't need them. So, and she does have the Chaos Magic and the fast movement stuff going on. So nothing massively impressive there with how I have her built. She could definitely be built better, and I already know people who are scoring way more with the old uniform because they have her built much, much better. I do not know where my Captain Marvel is hiding. I know she's a tier 3, level 80, so she's probably going to be towards the top here. Here's Captain Marvel, ranked 6,730. Again, nothing special here, just everything at 25. We do have everything maxed out sub-level 80, so we don't have them beyond the level 6. We do have the type maxed out. We have Power of the Hulk as well. She also has her artifact. It is not a type match. It is a 4. And that, of course, just does increase damage dealt to enemies with hit points higher than a certain amount. And we have a rage on her as well. Uniform is also mythic. So, like I said, I mean, it's fairly comparable, I think, to compare the two characters, other than the fact that there's a 10-level difference, and I'm aware of that. She also have the leadership tag, so in days that it's available, you could technically use White Fox with her, but for the days that we're checking out, it's not really relevant because there's better options for open days, which she would be able to use White Fox with. So yeah, just on a whole, that's what we got going on there. Like I said, not super impressive so far with the recommended rotation. Let's take a little bit deeper dive and look at the suggested rotation and what sort of skills might be doing and what else we could do with these. So yeah, we got Snare going on here. Snare is always a good one for canceling. Nothing too major. Okay. Stun, we have some accumulation going on too. That's kind of good. Increase damage here. It's got a little buff and silence in there, of course. We starting to think if all these have mind damage, she actually might work with a judgment. Not that I want to put a judgment on her, but she probably would work with a judgment. And then 4, chance to grant all damage immunity, burn, paralysis. So she definitely has all the cancels in there. Mind control, fracture, recovery, invincibility, mind damage. So not really seeing any major reason to use the rotation they suggest. So maybe she just pops at tier 4. I'm probably going to hold off on tier 4ing her until I'll get her up to level 80 for sure. And I have a feeling at level 80 she is going to outperform Captain Marvel. Let me play around with some other rotations really quick, just to maybe not delay or wait as much, see if that makes a difference. And then we might try her out in some ABL as well. But like I said, initial testing, I'm not really that impressed. Yeah, I know people are like, "Oh, you're being critical. It's not a level 80 character." Yeah. I get it. I do. It's fine. We'll test her out again at 80, however many days that takes. All right. Let's not wait for skills. Like once they're on cooldown, we'll go ahead and use these right away. See if that makes any sort of a difference if we don't do a delay on the attacks. And again, not waiting. Usually when she slams the ground, yeah, you still see the boulders rise, so I think that's still going to work. Maybe by peppering the skills throughout more and not delaying on them, it might do more. It also might do less. We might want to do 2 closer to 5. Like maybe we do 1 as a filler and we start with a 3 and then we go into a 2, 5, 4. Maybe that would make a little bit of a difference. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of spam her skills like we used to, just to see if that makes any sort of a difference. And like I said, not really pay too much to anything other than cooldown. I am going to try to get the 5 and stuff before the 4. Looks like there's a good enough cooldown on her 3 to get the cancels off and not have to worry about that too much, which is kind of a good thing. She doesn't really seem to have her V-pad skill, which I do kind of miss, so I'm not a huge fan of that either. I do like that her uniform looks more like what you would typically see in the comics, because I'm definitely a fan of Scarlet Witch in the comics. Not so much, like I said, in the MCU. Take that with a grain of salt, because it's opinions. You don't have to agree with me. Yeah, I'm starting to like this little bit of a spamfulness a little bit better, which historically she's always been pretty much a spam character anyway. That looks like it's doing much better so far. Alright, you're going to go center, that's fine. I'm actually going to wait for a second here on the 3 just to make sure we can get that cancel off. Yeah, this is looking a lot better. I think I was just waiting too long on the skills and the combos. If I use them right away when they're on cooldown and let them play out a little bit as needed, I am going to save that 3 for the cancel. And he should be going here center in a second anyway. Cool. See if we do the 3 a little early. We still get the cancel. Yeah, we do. Cool. Probably should have let that 4 play it a little bit longer. I think I hurt myself there. Doesn't look like it's helping as much as I thought it was going to. I mean, I am scoring more. And again, we're talking level 70 versus level 80 here. I mean, that's much closer. That is almost hitting 11.5 mil. So 10 level difference. I mean, that's pretty nice. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just having too high of expectations. But yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed right now. Let's try... Oops, nope, training. Let's try again. This time, I think we're going to go with trying to keep 254 together, see what that does for us. I'll use the other ones as fillers, but I'm going to try to do a 254 and kind of use a 1 and 3 as often as possible. It's kind of like fillers, maybe even starting with a 3. Yeah, it seems to be working pretty good together at the moment. I don't know about the damage output. But like I said, I'm just going to like wait for 5 to be ready so I can do a 254 to keep that with the accumulation off of 2 to see if that helps amplify the damage. And we'll see what that does for us. He's probably going to jump out of this. Yeah, he's going to jump out of this to the center. That's fine. It'll be in time to get the 3 off, and that's good enough for me to get the cancel in. It's the most important thing, I think. Yeah, we're going to wait here. There we go. Took a little bit longer than I expected, and my proc's a little messed up there. That's something else to keep in mind, that it might mess up procs trying out these different rotations. Right now we're just messing around and seeing how high we can end up scoring. He's going to jump center here in a second. So I'm going to save that 3. Probably should have saved the floor rotation. It's fine. There we go. Get right back to it. Yeah, I like the skill cooldown in this order. Feels nicer. I don't know if it's going to bulk up or amplify the damage at all, which like I said, we'll find out here in a few, right? I am going to pop this and wait for him to jump center, because he's going to jump center next here in a minute. But that's the main thing I'm doing right now, is I'm doing a 1-3-2-5-4. And it seems like they're cooling down just in time to keep that going on fairly consistently without really much of a delay. It is almost like a constant attack, but let's see if putting that 2 first is going to help to bulk the damage up. No, I actually think I'm doing less damage by doing it this way. So I guess this is not, yeah, this is not working the way I thought it was going to. I guess we want the amplification on all the rest. Yeah, that's almost 1 million less. So doing their suggested rotation so far seems to be pretty consistently better. Might be a timing thing. Well, we'll have to see what folks come up with rotation-wise. I mean, it's pretty clear you want to use all of our skills. You want to keep the attacks going. It's just where you want the bonuses and amplifications going on. So here's those suggested rotations and combos that they're suggesting. So they of course suggest doing a 2-1-3-5-4, and as you can see, it's almost instant cancels, almost, which is why I was having that pause in between. 2-1-6. See, I gotta wait on that. So 2-1-6, I guess, till she hits the ground. Yeah, I failed on it again. I did it earlier. 2-1-6, 3-5-4. And then over here you just start with the 7, but I don't have the 7, so it's irrelevant for me. But it looks like that's what they're suggesting for her. Landing on that 6, which is kind of what I was doing. And I know a lot of people don't like to use the suggested rotations because they think they have rotations that are better. And maybe they do. But I kind of like to at least start with those rotations before I mess around with other ones. Like I said, at this point, I guess I'm just going to have to see what other people do and see if she's worth tier 4ing. At this point, my plans is just hit level 80 with her and kind of go from there. I'm fairly confident that at level 80, she's going to outscore my Captain Marvel at least. And that'll be good enough. So 2-1-3-5-4. And see, there's that delay. And I think that delay was actually hurting me. I'm also missing out on the opportunity to get more at the 6 going on, because I'm not able to pop the 6 right away. Does stand to reason that you would want to start out with the 2 to get everything with the accumulation going on. So I do see why they're doing that. It's probably a mistake here. Yeah, it's already a mistake. That's fine. As soon as he's targetable, I can continue into the rotation, though. Ah. Okay. So I used the 3 too early, but 6 million by the first roar. That seems to be higher, so maybe I should stick with just the suggested rotation. Let's try that again, but try to get the 3 on there a little closer. Wait a little bit longer before I go into that 3. Okay, got it off that time, and I'm still around 6. So, that's promising. Ah, I did that way too soon, I think. I'll make it work. I'm getting a Rachel Summers vibe from her, to where you're given like almost a full second delay on each of the skills. There's like a little tiny animation at the beginning. I like to look at the skill cooldown when I'm doing rotations. He's going to jump center. I'm just going to wait at this point because 126 is a center jump for him. Though the animations are not bad, I don't know. I kind of like the animations on the old uniform a little bit better, even though I don't like where the uniform comes from. I'm not going to wait on this. He's going to turn to jump center, and enough time for me to cool down my skills like that, yeah. My procs are a little bit off. I think if there's a way to focus the procs on, get the timing down on the cancellation, like I said, it seems good enough for me what they're doing with their rotation. Again, mileage may vary. Do what works for you, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more. Yeah, this is the most I've done right here, and there we go. I broke Captain Marvel's score, so beat a level 80 character with a level 70 character with a very similar build. So even without upgrading her, I'm beating who I'm using, so she's going to be a replacement. So I'm definitely going to be level 80ing her. Like I said, I don't know about the tier 4 yet. I think I want to see more people play her because, like I said, I'm not massively impressed. So I don't know if anyone wants to see Quicksilver, but I mean, I don't even have Quicksilver fully built out. I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be PvP if he's used at all, honestly. He at least show his uniform, I guess. And I do have him at a tier 3. Obviously looking for his potential as well. Normal uniform, mighty greed on him. I'm probably not going to take the greed off. Nothing super special here, but I'm fairly certain, like I said, that his skills are all going to be helping him with PvP. Maybe some world boss and stuff. So 5, 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, 6, huh? So 5, 3, 4, 6. And with having a greed on him and not having an energy or anything like that, I have never used him in AB. I don't even think he's ever been AB meta, so I don't even really see that as a big deal. I don't know if they're worth trying out in Alliance, and I'm sorry, in GBR or anything like that, but I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could just create a lobby real quick, try her out in GBR. If there's more people on, I know people are watching this on YouTube after the fact. If there's more people on the live, I would probably try out some more stuff. So if I find Scarlet Witch, and then I use Vision's leadership for her, because that's that nice, 50%. So it's like 70 altogether. I thought it was 70 by itself at the bottom, so never mind. And I guess then I just need a support character of some form. I don't really know who to use as a support, because typically I like to build up teams and all that. But since this is going to reset before I have to worry about the characters again, I could just throw in anyone, really. Wow, there's a lot of support characters here. Sure. Why not? We'll see if they'll play with me or not. They might be like, it's a tier 3 character. Yeah. And I get that. You know, I understand wanting to dip out with it being a tier 3. I guess this person's not going to pick a team. Oh, never mind. There we go. Oh, wow. They already have a tier 4, huh? Come on, get ready. This will be good, though, if the person stays, because we can have a level 70 versus a tier 4 comparison. That person had to have paid for it. So this J5E is the tier 4 Scarlet Witch. So hopefully they stick around. You can do a little comparison between my score and their score. If they don't stick around, oh well. Yeah, it looks like their person's not loading in, so they might end up dipping because of it not loading. I hate when this happens. Fun, fun, fun. Come on, man. Yeah, this person's got to be dipping. I wouldn't hang around for this. I'm going to. I don't care if I solo this. I want to test out tier 3 Scarlet Witch. Why does it do this? I don't have my VPN on or anything. I haven't dropped any frames. Nice smooth stream. I might have to dip here since this disconnect. I got disconnected from the server. Man, that's annoying. We'll see how many people kick me. I guarantee we're gonna have people kicking me because I'm a tier 3. Yeah. Even though I get tier 3s for days that are kicking me. Just start, dude. Yeah. That person was a tier 3 and they're going to kick other tier 3 characters. I know it's mildly shitty to like expect people to carry you, but I mean, this is Scarlet Witch with a new uniform. I don't think it's going to be a hard carry. Like, I feel like I could solo clear this in 5 minutes, 6 minutes maybe. I mean, I don't expect this to be amazing. We just tested it out. It's really not that amazing, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be a shit show either. I don't think. Oh, here we go again. All right, well, if it fails this time, I might cut this part out of the YouTube upload maybe, or if I leave, okay, there we go. Or if I do leave it in, it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try again after this if I failed again. All right, so again, 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. Are they intentionally not doing anything? Okay, no, never mind. I thought they were intentionally be like, you know, I'm not going to play if this person expects a free carry. I'm not going to help them out. There's no way their tier 4s are this bad. I know there are people that do not know how to play this game. Okay, that's more like it. I know there's characters that don't know how to play this game. Like, or players that don't know how to play this game. They don't know how to build their cards, or they just don't build their cards. And it ends up being pretty sad. But, I mean, they have to intentionally be trying to not... Like, this BKL whatever... They've got to be like, oh, yeah, I'm just... Either they're not trying or they just don't know what they're doing. They left. That's fine with me. You're not doing anything anyway, dude. Like, no skin off our back if you're not even helping. And like I said, even if they drop out, I guarantee I can clear this with my Scarlet Witch. Unless my Scarlet Witch dies on me, which is possible. That does happen. I still think this is sad that a level 70 tier 3 character has to carry half the match with a tier 4. But it happens all the time. Anymore, I've given up kicking people. Like at this point, I just carry people because I have strong enough characters who can carry matches. So I just say, you know what? Screw it. Let's just carry matches. Do not get hit. Do not get hit. Thank you. There we go. I didn't quite do all the damage, but I did my share at least. So, I mean, not terrible. I've seen worse. So in 2.5 minutes, did 527 million. So like I said, it'd be about a 5-minute clear, which is what I was expecting. So it's on par with what I figured she was capable of doing. I can always test her against World Boss stuff later, but I have a feeling people want to see her at tier 4 and level 80. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and all that good stuff. I don't make as many videos as I used to, but I'll make more if folks are interested. So let me know by interacting.